You know, when I started this league and my draft is done, I made jokes in the chat. I made jokes, I think, in my draft recap. I think I made jokes throughout the season. Hey guys, I drafted Hat Dragon, and because of the way my past seasons have gone, that means I guarantee playoffs, or guaranteed finals, you know? Little did I know that here I would be, standing in the finals. In the finals! We are here! It is now! It is time! It is 7:35 a.m. We are the New York Medicos, and I am Mr. Round 3 Line Noon with a Lele going up against Jacob, as always, coach of the Green Bay Pikachu. Please go make sure you go check him out. A lot of stuff has come to this. I got real depressed in the middle of the season because I was starting 1-3. I was just not happy with the team. I was like too focused on the weaknesses, and we came back, and we came back strong, going from 1-3 to 5-3, and finishing a 6-5 record, securing a number 5 spot in the playoffs. Overcoming 2 people who beat us. We are here finally, and I could not be more hyped. One more battle stands in our way from that crown, from our 5th championship. And I don't know how this battle's going to go. I'm scared. I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm hungry. Whatever. It is time. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. It is time for the New York Medicos to win their 5th championship. I got my 6 ready. Jacob's got his 6 ready. What more can I say? Let's go New York for glory! Hello, Internetians. My name is Josh, a.k.a. Ultra Player, your coach of the New York Medicos, and we are here. It is time. It is now. It's time for playoffs. Specifically, it is time for the finals of the P4G Next Generation. Your New York Medicos have made it. We're here. Our opponent, as always, is Jacob, coach of the Green Bay Pikachus. And you'll remember that we did face him in the final week of the regular season, and neither of us really prepped well. Neither of us really did try that hard. He brought his C+ team, and I brought 25 minutes worth of prep, and it was just subtoxic for half the match. So that was fun. However, we are both here in the playoffs, and we have both prepped to our best ability for this battle. I want to send a huge shout out to my front office. I want to send a huge shout out to, I believe it is Judas who joined my team. I want to send a huge shout out to all of you. I want to especially send a huge shout out to one person in particular in my front office who helped me a lot with this team. And his name is Jake Sherwin. And I want to send a really big shout out to him because I think this helping me with this team was his last act in the Pokemon community. He has moved on. He's going to move on with his life. You know, take care of his wife, get a job, or continue with his job in insurance, etc. So this battle is in memory of Jake, whether we win or lose. So there's that. I don't have a team builder up because I kind of want to just surprise drop this battle out on everyone. I didn't want to lead up to it. I didn't wanted no one knowing when this battle was going to go up or what the result was. So we're doing a team builder now. And let's get into it. You can see his team over there on the right. His team consists of Lander, Asterion, Mega Mawile, Cephalon, Umbreon, Porygon 2, Mian, Shao, Tentacruel, Jolteon, Mesprit, Omastar, Alolan, Executor, which is probably spelled wrong. I think it is. Let me change that. Properties, let me get rid of, I think it's C. Yeah, let's fix that. There you go. Alolan, Executor, and then the Groundinium Z. So, obviously, first thing anyone might see are those big three threats. Let me go over my team real quick. If you do not remember our team for this entire run of the playoffs of the whole season, we have Lele, Hydreigon, Linoon, Tornadus, Therian, Alamomola, Registeel, Darmanitan, Virizion, Mudsdale, Frostlass, Alolan Golem, and the Fightinium Z. So, his team is super scary. He has those 3 big offensive threats right up front: Lander, Therian, Mega Mawile and Blacephalon. Very big threats to my entire team, all three of them. He has Umbreon, which is always a defensive pain in the ass. He might bring... I was always thinking that, like... I've already had the battle, obviously. I was very much considering that he would bring this just because last time I brought Subtoxic and stalled him out all the time. But also, like, that's super passive, and I could also just do the same thing against that and stall it out of heal bills. Porygon 2, very bulky mon, of course. He bought this as his Tapu Lele switch in because he didn't think I'd be Specs. He has me and Xiao. Surprised he didn't bring it last time, but I guess he wanted to make sure, maybe make me think that he wasn't going to bring it. I'm very scared of this mon. I was very scared of it in prep. It destroys me, and Abandoned One was what I was fearing most. A Scarf is also very scary, however, it can't lock himself into a move that can beat everything, so. Jolteon, Tentacruel's there, good Rapid Spinner. Very much expected an Assault Vest set, so it could run a lot of speed and a lot of offense while still having that special bulk. So it could outspeed stuff like Tapu Lele and Hydreigon and hit that stuff with Sludge Waves and Ice Beams respectively. Or Dazzling Gleam, I should say. Jolteon, fast Volt Switcher. I didn't bring Mudsdale last time, and I'm not bringing Mudsdale this time. Can Volt Switch all over my team, etc. Mesprit, it's a Mesprit. It does Mesprit things. It can be bulky, it can be offensive, it can be Calm Mind, it can be Rocks. Omastar, last time he brought like Super Hazard Stack Omastar with Mono Surf. A Lowland Executor is a huge threat to my team. I don't really have good switches to a Lowland Executor outside of like maybe Tapu Lele and the Registeel, which gets Flamethrowered. Oh, look at my music dying. Great. Oh, it's just restarting. Great. So anyway, that's his team. I really find it really funny. I didn't notice this until long after the battle. A couple days before I recorded this. But I'm actually starting this team off with this Virizion set, and this Virizion set is actually the first Virizion set I brought back in week 1. Sub SD Leaf Blade close combo with max special, max attack and max speed. So I tossed this thing around forever. I'm sorry. I tossed this thing around forever. I knew immediately that was going to be a huge offensive threat. It could have been potentially sweep his entire team. I had Akaberry on there for a while with Zen Headbutt for Tentacruel as well as destroying Blacephalon. However, Jake Sherwins gave me Sub as an idea because I could force a lot of things out just because of how good Blacephalon or Virizion is against his team. Blacephalon does take a switch into its stabs kind of well. However, its typing can switch into it really well. However, its stats, Leaf Blade +2, like, completely destroyed that after Rocks, so. That's fun. So all I really need is Stab, and I can just root through his entire team. It's going to need to damage a few things, scout some items, etc., and I can potentially sweep with this late game. Very much like this. I can take hits from Jolteon. I originally had Akaberry on this for the Blacephalon because I know that thing's going to be Choice Scarf. However, couldn't really. I'd rather have leftovers with the sub, so yeah. So look for a sub SD Virizion will do a lot of work. Next one we're bringing is going to be Hydreigon. We're bringing kind of a bulky Hydreigon so I can switch in on the Blacephalon rather well, as potentially stuff like the Landorus Therian, as well as Mesprit, Porygon 2, Omastar, Jolteon, Umbreon, some variants of Tentacruel. Basically, I can switch into almost his entire team. And I have Taunt Roost, Earth Power, and Dark Pulse. Last time I brought Sub Roost. I'm going to bring Taunt this time. I can shut down the Tentacruel from putting up Toxic Spikes against me if he does not run Assault Vest like I think he will. I can stop the Mesprit from doing some stuff. I can stop the Omastar from doing some stuff. The Porygon 2, etc. Roost stays healthy. I can Roost up against a lot of his teams because I'm a huge offensive threat to him. And I have some bulk, and this bulk, I believe, is going to allow me to take 2 HP Ices after Rocks from a Scarf Blacephalon, which is very nice. And then I have enough speed. So this speed tier. We discussed the speed tier, his speed tier of Landorus Therian back and forth forever and ever and ever. We ultimately decided he'll either run no speed, or he'll run maybe a Scarf variant. He'll be faster than me anyway, because I'm not running Scarf myself. Or he'll run 143 speed, which is enough, which is max adamant, which if he runs offensive, he runs Rock Polish at +2, 143 speed will be enough to outspeed a Scarf Tornadus. So I'm 1 point above that. I'm 1 point above a max attack or max speed adamant Landorus. That also means I outspeed basically everything on his team except for me and Xiao, which will outspeed me anyway, as well as Blacephalon and Jolteon, which same thing, they'll outspeed me anyway. I also outspeed a Tentacruel unless it's running max a lot of speed, so that's very nice. So my coverage, I have Dark Pulse and Earth Power. His Dark Resists are Mega Mawile and me and Xiao. Very, also Umbreon, but I taunt that. Mienshao, of course, is huge defensive threat, but I can still Earth Power that, unless he's, I don't know, like Assault Vest or something. He really doesn't want to take Earth Power. I don't like the fact that I don't have U-Turn, however, this is just so good against his team. I have a lot of bulk, I have a lot of speed, and I have some decent special attack. I'm going to be doing a lot of work. Next one we're bringing is going to be Choice Specs Tapu Lele, because Tapu Lele 6-0's his entire team. Like, he cannot switch into this monster. Moonblast, Psychic, Psyshock, and Focus Blast. Both Psychic stabs to a KO any variant of Porygon 2, which is nice. Focus Blast is just there as potentially I need to click this move if I feel the need to. And then Moonblast is there as secondary stab. So I have enough speed, I believe, once again. I'm actually hitting 135 speed. I think I was supposed to be higher than that, but it doesn't matter because the game's already over. But I outspeed something, I'm sure. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure that's really low and I'm not supposed to be running that little speed. But anyway, I'm running that much speed. I have a lot of special attack, I'm modest, and I have 140 Spadef EVs, and that 140 Spadef EVs is going to allow me to take a Scarf Shadow Ball from the Blacephalon, from full, I can click Psychic, and knock that bitch out. Basically, anytime I get this thing on something that I'm faster than, and that I threaten out, I can just click a move, and something's just going to drop. Something is just going to hit the ground. So, that's Tapu Lele. That's my music dying. Or it's just resetting. I'm going to do that every time, I guarantee. So, that's Blacephalon, that's Tapu Lele. I got 3 really good offensive mons. I still have some more ideas, but next one I'm bringing is going to be my Alamomola. I believe I brought the set last time versus him, or something very similar. But I have Scald, Aqua Jet, Ice Beam, and Knockoff, and I'm Assault Vest with a lot of Fizz Def, so I can take on stuff like Landorus. Well, also a lot of Spadef, so I can take on stuff like Blacephalon, and I can kind of take on take a hit from Mega Mawile, but not well. So, I'm here with some speed, just to not get speed crept and stuff. And this set is very nice against him. Knockoff is very good, just because I can get rid of stuff like Porygon 2's Violite, I can get rid of Leftovers, I can get rid of Scarfs, etc. I can get rid of whatever I want, and I can Scald things and burn them, and I can Ice Beam the Landorus and do some damage to that. And I have Aqua Jet, which can help me pick off the Blacephalon as well as the Landorus very well, as well as other like frail offensive mons like Mienshao. So, anyway, Alamomola, just here to pivot. I have Tornadus Therian with Expert Belt, Hurricane, Heat Wave, Superpower, and U-Turn. Faster than the Blacephalon, which is very nice. And Hurricane just rips through his entire team. He has no flying resist outside of Jolteon and Mawile, but I have Heat Wave for Mawile, and Jolteon just doesn't take my hits on very well at all. I have Heat Wave and Superpower, both which can weaken that very well. So, I have U-Turn in the last slot just for momentum, and I'm just pretty standard stuff. I don't want Life Orb because I still want to be able to take a hit from Blacephalon and not get worn down. And then finally we have Registeel, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Protect, and Silent Talk with a lot of speed. And yeah, not much to say here. I'm supposed to get up rocks, I'm supposed to weaken some stuff, I can potentially Toxic some stuff. I don't hit Blacephalon except for Toxic, but I mean, the thing's going to be choice locked anyway, and I have decent switch-ins. So, on to the battle. Let's get into this battle, shall we? Alright, let's, so, I gotta talk a lot, I'm gonna go with the easy thing first. I'm gonna talk about the easy thing, over there, that way, you can see there's a Chandelure. Well, my cat's trying to get out, but my cat's gonna have to wait. You can see there's a Chandelure over there. I don't have a Blacephalon Sprite, and we're just gonna have to get over it. Now let's talk about why this is on Showdown. So when we battled, we're battling on Wi-Fi, and because of horrible internet, aka HughesNet, the worst internet service in the world, my DS crapped out on me twice. We got a few turns in, we disconnected, we got back into it, a few turns later we disconnected again, and both of us just agreed, screw this, we're just going to do it on Showdown. It really sucks, and I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed by the fact that this is on Showdown. However, no one is angrier than we are, I feel. Because one, we hyped this up a lot, we were both really excited. And also, when we got into Showdown, bad things just kept on happening. My computer was dying. For instance, my computer is dying now. Alright, Yeah, my computer's down now. It needed a power drain. It needs a power drain now, and I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of fuckery. But, my computer was dying, and when we were trying to recreate the battle, bad things kept happening. I crit Pokemon, I didn't die with certain Pokemon crit me. All kinds of happen. It took us 6 different tries to get it right and to keep the battle going. And we got very, very close to the end. And I missed a move, which basically sealed the game for me. I basically lost because I missed that move. And Jacob and I, none of us really liked that. I was not too happy about it. Let me move myself over just a little bit. We weren't too happy about it. But I mean, that's Pokemon. However, he, without me saying anything, he suggested, do you just want to start over? Brand new game, same teams. But, no, you know, none of this BS. It's stupid that, we fought all this way. We fought all through all the disconnects, all the hacks, all the recreations for, I think at that time it was over an hour and a half just for hacks to settle the game. So he told me that, and I was like, you know what? I'll take it. You know, if you want to give me the chance to take the win back, that's fine by me. He very openly just gave away his easy win just to have a fair game, which I find very respectable. So thank you to Jacob, and I'm sorry for all the hell that my internet caused you. But anyway, that's what this game is. It is the new game after loads of recreations and hacks. And it's very interesting because we both know what each other is rocking. He knows I'm a Leftovers Virizion. Leftovers Physical Virizion. I believe he knows I'm Taunt Hydreigon. I know that he knows. He knows I'm Specs Lele. I don't know if he knows what my Alamomodal set is. However, I did reveal some of it. He might. I revealed Knockoff, I revealed Skull, etc. He knows I'm an Offensive Torn. I think he knows I'm Rock's Registeel. I know that if you want spoilers of his team, I'm sorry. You don't want spoilers of his team, sorry. But it's very crucial to how this game goes because I make certain plays based on the fact that I know what his team is. He has a sub bulk up Mienshao, which is very, very bulky. He has a Jolteon, which is fairly standard. It's an offensive Jolteon. He has a Scarf Blacephalon. He has a Rocky Helmet, physically defensive. I don't think I knew that it was Rocky Helmet. I knew it was physically defensive Landorus. He has a very fast Tentacruel, which is offensive with Sludge Wave, Toxic Spikes, Ice Beam, and Rapid Spin. And then he has a Porygon 2, which we'll talk about here in a second. Actually, let's talk about it now. So, basically, shout out to the music. Hold on real quick. Shout out to Glitch X City. We're just going to start this over. I hope that works. And if not, well, sorry world. I tried. But anyway, what happened in the original battle was I led off with Tapu Lele because the only thing that could knock me out was a choice band in Mienshao's Poison Jab. Or Landorus clicking Groundinium Z, which I may be faster than. Even Tentacruel's offensive Sludge Wave did not knock me out. There's nothing a Porygon 2 could go for to knock me out. Sack Shadow Ball did not knock me out from Jolteon. So I led off with Tapu Lele, and I clicked, I think he led off with Mienshao, and I said, screw it, he's not banded, or he'll feel the Scarf, something. And I just hard-clicked Psyshock as he went into Porygon 2, but because I'm Mod of Specs, that thing took 68%. And then because he had no switch into a Spec Psyshock, he had to let that thing die. He went out into Landorus. I Psyshocked that as well because I could take any hit. He U-turned out. He went to Tentacruel. He finished me off with Sludge Wave. I went to Alamomola. I knocked him off. I tried to weaken him. Disconnect happened. We recreate. I believe I eventually, at that point, I tried to get in my Tornadus to click Hurricane. A lot of back and forth happened around this time. Just back and forth, maybe some kill trading. Eventually, Torn just started putting in the work against him, that and pivoting out into Hydreigon to recover and to take on Blacephalon, etc. Then he brings in Mienshao, he bulks up, I get scared, but eventually I get torn in and I go for Heat Wave on his sub and I miss, but and which was very important because if I had hit that, I broke his sub, and I'm pretty sure the next heat wave would have killed him if I remember everything correctly, and then his Cephalon would have died to rocks. So that's kind of how the game went. I don't remember a lot of the middle just because it was hell. But let us get into this game. Let us get into the championship, the real championship. As we know each other's teams, it's time for some glory. So, in this recreation, I am going to lead off with my Tapu Lele once again. Because, once again, like, what is he going to do? So, he decides to lead off with his Landorus, which is perfectly fine by me because I know this thing is defensive and I know that no matter what, I'm going to be 2 KOing something or OHKOing it. And I'm going to go for Psychic. I'm going to get a crit, which does not matter in the least. He did not give a shit about this crit. He knew for a fact that Porygon 2 was about to get 2 KO'd by Spec Psyshock, or Spec Psychic. And he was going to have to sack it off anyway. So he goes into this. I know I can take an offensive Sludge Wave, unless he crits, which he doesn't. And I'm going to go for Psychic. I'm going to knock this thing out too, because that means I can put up my rocks and they can stay there. So here he's going to go into his Jolteon now that he's lost 2 mons to my top Specs Lele lead. And I'm going to save it this time. He's going to go for Shadow Ball, which would have knocked me out. However, now that I have my Hydreigon in, I'm free to go for... I'm going to go for an Earth Power, because if he goes into Meowscarada, I can hit that. Or actually, I go for Taunt, because I know he's sub-bulk up, because he's going to go into that. Oh, nice! I was thinking Earth Power because I could hit the Landorus afterwards. He's going to go back out to his Jolteon as I believe I go out to my Torn. Yep. So I'm going to go out to my Tornadus Theory in here. And I'm going to switch back out to my Registeel. He made a very good double there. He's going to go for Thunderbolt, try and get some damage off. Perfectly fine by me. He has no hazard removal at this point. I'm going to go ahead and put up my Stealth Rocks. So Stealth Rocks are going to go up. His Landorus can come in. I'm not going to put up my Stealth Rocks. I'm actually going to Toxic because I'm smart. But I'm going to miss, which sucks. However, I can go to my Tapu Lele here, because I predict him to go for his rocks. And I got my Tapu Lele in. And now Psychic picks up a kill. So I'm going to go for Psychic, and that's going to pick up his 3rd kill in this one match. Tapu Lele just takes lives, 3 kills in 10 turns. He's going to go to his Meowscarada. I know I'm in range of Poison Jab, however, I do not want to lose my Tapu Lele. He's going to go for that Poison Jab. He's going to get the poison on my Tornadus, which really sucks. However, here I can just go ahead and go for the, I believe I go for the Hurricane, not risking. Or the Heat Wave, because I knew it would break the sub and not miss. Wow. And it would also weaken the Jolteon, so that's cool. But here, I'm going to go to my Registeel. Once again, I'm going to try and get my rocks up. Or I'm going to try and get a Toxic off. I think I'm going to try and get a Toxic off, actually. I'm trying to win with my my Virizion, by the way, and that tells me he's more than likely HP Ice. Actually, I think I knew he was HP Ice. So I'm going to go for Toxic again. I'm going to get a Toxic off on this Landorus Therian, which is very, very good. I can start whittling that thing down, and here I know he's going to go for an Earthquake or a U-turn. However, I can take an Earthquake should I need to, and I'm going to go ahead and put up my rocks to start chipping down those last 3 of his mons. So here, I believe I'm going to go for the... God, I stayed in and I did not click Protect. But I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss because I can get off damage on Meowscarada if it comes in, and I could also weaken the Landorus, which at that point I didn't need to Registeel. So he brings out this, and I know my only play is to continually click Seismic Toss until I die, so he doesn't get bulk ups or sub off. And he's going to Drain Punch me, and he's going to kill me. However, I can now bring in my Tornado Therian once again, and I can go ahead and click Hurricane. Or Heat Wave. I think I click Hurricane, though. And try and blow this thing out of the water. However, he goes out to his Landorus, and he is going to take a lot of damage from the Toxic and everything. And my Tornadus is weakened. However, I'm going to go to my Lele. This is the only thing that I'm going to be faster than, or can get a kill versus, so I'm just going to go ahead and sack it off to this U-turn, as he now dies on rocks to entry, and if he Earthquaked, he would have died to poison. So now he goes out to his Meowscarada, which is fine, because that gives me a free switch into my Tornadus Therian once again, and I believe he is going to sack his Landorus Therian here. Yep. As I'm going to go for, I don't really know what, but it doesn't matter, probably Hurricane. Yep. So he only has his Meowscarada and his Jolteon left, but Meowscarada is basically the only thing he needs. He's going to go out to Jolteon here, and I believe I'm going to go out into my Virizion because I can take this thing on, because I know HP Ice will not 2 KO me, as he goes for the Shadow Ball, which is perfectly fine. And here, I believe I'm going to go for the Leaf Blade, because Leaf Blade is going to knock out this Jolteon, and I would have done damage to Meowscarada anyway. And also, after that Shadow Ball, I was 2 KO'd by Hidden Power Ice, so I didn't want to set up an SD, even after leftovers. So here he's going to go out to me and Chow, and I believe I'm going to go for the close combat, trying to get some damage off on him. I know I'm going to be able to break subs, and there's not going to be able to continually sub on me. He's going to go for Drain Punch. He's going to knock out my Virizion here. And here, I disconnected, kind of, because I was on my phone. And I calced, and I calced, and I calced, and I calced, and I calced everything that I had done to this me and Chow, between the recreations, between this battle, and there is no way on God's green earth that a superpower does not kill this me and Chow. Wait, it does. I think a Heat Wave didn't kill this me and Chow. But a superpower, and it doesn't kill, but it does put him in range of my Alomomola. So Alomomola, the Passive Mon is going to come out. Passive Mon is going to end this me and Chow, and your New York Metagross are going to take a 2-0 win in the finals of the Pokemon for Glory, and we are now your reigning, undisputed champion of the Pokemon for Glory Next Generation. Very good game to Jacob. Again, I told him sorry like 7 times, but I'm going to tell him sorry again. I'm sorry, Jacob, for all the hell that I caused you with my internet being shit. He prepped very well. The me and Chow threw me off so much, and easily could have won him the game if I didn't play around it well, especially since I had Scarf, or Specs Top Lid instead of Scarf. So, shout out to him. But again, thank you for not taking that Hax win. I'm so happy that I did not lose out a finals game to missing a Heat Wave of all things. So thank you for throwing away your easy win to have a real battle with me, which I ended up winning, and I'm very happy with. Starting 1-3, and then crawling my way to playoffs, and then laddering out of the dirt to beat Max Rapture, to beat Panther, who both whooped me in the regular season, to get to the playoffs and be able to take down Jacob is such an extraordinary feeling. And I'm very, very happy with how this came out. Your New York Metagross have now clinched their 5th championship in their history. Just in their history. I tried to finish that sentence, but it was already finished. However, that is not going to be the last video I have for the P4G Next Generation. I have one more video that I'm hopefully going to be putting out tomorrow as a kind of recap, a recap of this entire league and everything that has happened in it. So, I hope you guys look forward to that, but officially, the P4G Next Generation has now ended. New York Metagross walk away champions, and the Green Bay Pikachus walk out as the runner-up. I want to thank each and every one of you who have supported me throughout this run. It means the absolute world to me to know that there's people out there backing me. And obviously, no surprise, this is not the end of the New York Metagross, and this is not the end of our leagues. We have plenty more coming out. I have a draft analysis coming out Sunday, I believe. So look forward to that, and then I have more leagues hopefully that I'm going to be getting in very soon. But until then, that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Go away, low battery warning.